allow it to happen.
William say that his words were, "Over my dead body." It's over. There were red lines, Harry crossed them.
Prince Harry is fuming in rage after Prince William handed him a lifetime ban from the BAFTA Awards, and honestly, it's not a great look for him.
Singled out for different, unjustified and inferior treatment.
Getting kicked out from annual family reunion is no small blow. But let's be real, Harry's relentless oversharing and Meghan's masterclass in shaking up the monarchy.
There's no point in continuing to fight anymore.
After Harry's explosive memoir, Spare, and that Netflix series airing royal secrets worldwide, William saw Harry showing up at BAFTA as a potential PR nightmare. So he pulled the plug. No royal spotlight for Harry, no chance to steal the scene. The message? Harry is officially off the guest list and it's not up for debate.
Even if I did, there was no way he heard. The reporters were having fits of giggles about it all, but I cut in. Lies, lies. That only made them laugh harder.
But this ban is just the beginning. It's a sign that the brothers' rift is deeper than ever, and Harry's slowly being pushed out of the royal inner circle.
But 3 judges at the Court of Appeal today rejected that appeal. Well, now, following that judgment, he's told the BBC that it is currently impossible for him and his family to return to the UK.
Rumours are swirling that stripping Harry and even his kids of their royal titles could be next. What started as family drama is now a full-on power struggle, and Harry's future in the monarchy looks darker by the day. This saga isn't just heating up, it's reaching a boiling point with no clear end in sight.
Think about that for one moment, because on the one hand, he's saying, I want reconciliation, I want to have a relationship with my brother again, even though he never wants to speak to me again.
This situation didn't happen overnight. It's the result of a long-standing clash between the two brothers. William has always focused on duty, tradition, and protecting the royal family's image. As BAFTA's president since 2010, he sees the awards as a major platform to showcase the monarchy's prestige. But for Harry, every royal ritual is just a fun. He's thrown dirty secrets about royal life, written a revealing memoir, and produced documentaries that don't align with the royal family's usual way of handling things. Could this ban be a wake-up call, or will Harry see it as yet another reason to play the victim card?
Harry some tough love, because the tough love wasn't coming from Charles, who had this sense of guilt really about the fact that he was a single dad and he could never really cope with that.
And William could seize Harry's presence at BAFTA as a risk that could cause more trouble. Banning him is a way to shield the monarchy's reputation and keep drama off the stage.
I don't want history to repeat itself. I think there's a lot of other people out there, the majority, that also don't want history to repeat itself.
But this ban is about more than just appearances. It highlights how far apart the brothers have grown. Harry has tried to reconnect with the British public, but the rejection from BAFTA feels like a personal blow.
A story about when they were both in the military together. They gave a joint interview, and he says, during this interview, Willie, which is what he calls his brother, griped endlessly about my habits.
Insiders say this isn't only about the event. It's William sending a message that Harry is no longer welcome in certain royal circles. The ban speaks louder than words. Harry's place in the royal story is over. It's painful for Harry and shows just how deep the family divide runs.
Third in line to the throne, breaking the law constantly and consistently. What are you expecting the second in line for the throne, Prince William, to do about that?
After Harry dropped that explosive memoir Spare and the Netflix series aired all their private family business for the whole world to see, William probably thought, no way am I letting him steal the spotlight again. For William, having Harry at the BAFTA event was like inviting chaos to the party. Did Harry truly believe that after everything, he'd still be welcomed with open arms, or was this just another chapter in the royal saga where drama and fallout are guaranteed?
To repeat itself, which is pretty dark.
That's quite a statement. Who do you think that is?
I'm not going to share at this point.
Honestly, can you blame William for hitting the panic button?
Terrifying scale. Because, Meghan, what he is suggesting is that the royal family is conspiring with the British government to make him unsafe, to see him die in an accident like his mother, Princess Diana.
Because remember that explosive Oprah interview Harry and Meghan dropped? The one that rocked the monarchy to its very foundations. Meghan didn't hold back, spilling her darkest, rawest secrets. She revealed she battled suicidal thoughts while trapped in the gilded cage of royal life, begging for help but being coldly told no, because it wouldn't look good for the institution. Can you even imagine the horror behind palace walls?
In an exclusive interview with BBC News, Prince Harry has said he is devastated about losing his latest legal challenge over the security he receives when he's in the UK.
And just when you thought it couldn't get more shocking, the couple dropped the bombshell that there were secret, whispered conversations about the colour of their unborn son Archie's skin. Yes, actual conversations about his skin colour. The palace wasn't just icy, it was downright chilling.
He's also said that because of the current situation, his father, the King, isn't speaking to him.
But wait, there's more. Harry laid bare the heartbreak of his fractured relationship with his own father, Prince Charles. The man who should have been a rock suddenly stopped taking his calls and cut off their financial lifeline after Harry and Meghan dared to step away from royal duties.
The Duke of Sussex's taxpayer-funded protection was downgraded back in 2020 after he stopped being a working royal.
Harry also painted a picture of royal life as a cold, unforgiving world, full of rigid protocols and formality so severe it made her feel like a stranger in her own skin. It was the ultimate palace betrayal, played out on the global stage, leaving everyone gasping for breath. No wonder William wanted Harry far, 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 far away from the BAFTAs. The potential fallout would be nothing short of catastrophic.
Insensitive or taking a different path to try to toughen you up and teach you to laugh at your lowest moments.
Oh, come on. This is banter. This is great British banter. It is brotherly banter. That is William's sense of humour.
And if you think that's enough, think again, because these rebellious kids decided to spill all dirty family secrets in one go. The couple called out the relentless media scrutiny and the lack of support from the institution, which they blamed for much of their pain. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any messier, Meghan cleared up the rumour about Kate Middleton making her cry, saying it was actually the other way around, a fight over flower girl dresses no less. Plus they announced they were expecting a baby girl, adding yet another layer to this unfolding saga.
I think it is disgusting, and Harry has to know that there are now permanent ramifications for his relationship with William. Because think about this, right? William is going to be king one day.
So, with all this explosive history, it's no surprise William decided Harry's presence at the BAFTAs could turn into a full-blown disaster. The red carpet showdown? Yeah, they're not about to let that happen. Want to see how this royal saga continues? Make sure to like and subscribe because this drama isn't ending anytime soon.
He lunges at Harry because he's just so frustrated by his hypocrisy. You know, the fact that he's banging on about the way that the royal family briefed the press, and William says to him, hang on a moment.
But the ban also feels deeply personal. The brothers' relationship has been falling apart for years, with each public move widening the gap between them.
You've just gone and done a tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey. What the hell are you talking about? And he lunges at Harry. And at that point, I have to say, and I don't usually ever support any form of physical violence, but at that point, Meghan, rightly or wrongly, my sympathies were with William.
Now, this ban feels like a final unspoken no turning back sign. Insiders call it a power play, a royal line drawn in the sand. To some, it's a protective measure to keep BAFTA and the monarchy safe. To others, it looks like a cold, calculated move to push Harry out. But the drama doesn't stop at a simple ban. This saga has taken a gloriously savage, deliciously sarcastic twist. The British public, clearly not satisfied with just shutting Harry out of fancy, star-studded events, has apparently launched a full-blown motion demanding that he be stripped of his Duke of Sussex title. The palace drama just went from simmer to full-on royal meltdown. Is this the point where the once inseparable brothers become eternal rivals? Or is it just the latest in a series of moves to exile Harry from the royal fold entirely?
I would say Harry drove him to frustration time and again.
As for Harry, reports say that he's furious and humiliated. This wasn't just a professional snub, it was a personal rejection by his own brother on one of the biggest cultural stages in Britain. Harry reportedly saw the BAFTA event as a chance to reconnect with the British public and show he still belongs. Instead, that door slammed shut. The ban wasn't just about an awards night, it felt like a royal power move telling him, you're not welcome here.
Trust me, you know I've covered the story up close for many years.
Yes.
No member of the royal family, not one.
This decision didn't come out of nowhere. Harry and Meghan haven't attended BAFTA events for years. Their absence in 2023 and 2024 raised questions, but the whispers grew louder when they were reportedly snubbed from a BAFTA tea party in Los Angeles. The official line was to avoid unnecessary distractions, but many saw it as a polite way of keeping the Sussexes out. Once beloved by Hollywood, their star seems to be fading fast. The glitz and glamour that once surrounded them are now replaced by a colder reception. Is this the ultimate fallout of their controversial choices, or is there still a chance for redemption in the spotlight?
What brothers do to each other? Like, he needed another brother. If I could list for you all the things that my brother has said about me, it's kind of a brother's job to toughen you up, whether you're a little brother.
Some insiders say William is actively shutting Harry out, not just from BAFTA, but from British cultural life itself. This isn't just family drama anymore, it's a strategic power play. William controls access, influence, and the royal narrative. Harry is trying to rewrite his own story, but the gatekeepers are closing ranks.
I've never asked him to intervene. I've asked him to step out of the way and let the experts do their job.
What does this mean for the Sussexes? Their absence at BAFTA is more than a missing invite. It's a symbol of their shrinking place in the royal and cultural worlds they once hoped to join. This silent rejection stings louder than headlines. The emotional fallout is ongoing. This is about belonging, legacy, and the high cost of stepping out of line in a family that fiercely guards its image. In short, the Sussexes' absence at BAFTA is just the visible tip of a long-building iceberg, a cold but clear reminder that in this royal saga, the spotlight can be as harsh as it is bright.
Some of the British tabloid press, did a very good job in campaigning to have our security removed by quoting figures such as £20 million.
And now, the real drama begins. Banning a prince from BAFTA is bound to cause a reaction. And Harry's response was reportedly explosive. Multiple reports say he was furious, not just quietly upset, but full-on angry and hurt. This was more than a missed invitation, it was a public shaming by his own brother. Imagine the frustration of being excluded from a prestigious event you hoped would help you reconnect with your country and your family. To Harry, it was a door slammed in his face, a message that he's no longer part of the story.
The whole point of a risk management board, which, as I said, everybody else gets, but I haven't, never been given since back end of 2019 was the last one that I was given. The whole point of that is to have a board and a risk assessment, a separate board from RABEC.
The UK's affection for the Sussexes has cooled considerably. Many Britons are wary or resentful of Harry and Meghan's media ventures and Netflix deals. They see them as outsiders, despite their royal roots. Past BAFTA controversies haven't helped either. Remember the 2022 joke by Rebel Wilson about Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal and Oprah interview? It stirred awkward tension and reminded everyone how complicated the Sussexes' relationship with British culture has become. Social media exploded after the ban, with fans and critics debating fiercely. Some cheered William for standing firm, others accused him of being cold and petty. Supporters of the Sussexes posted heartfelt messages, while royal traditionalists defended the decision. It was a messy, emotional mix of opinions showing just how deeply this saga has captured global attention.
That role that everybody knows, that myself and my wife wished to carry on, but was stopped from being able to do that back in 2020.
But here's where it gets really thought-provoking, because this ban isn't just about Harry or BAFTA, it's a snapshot of a much bigger battle. Royal reputation versus personal freedom. The monarchy has a long history of distancing itself from scandal. It's like a dance. If one member steps out of line, they get cut off to keep the whole troop in sync. Harry has been pushing hard to redefine himself beyond royal constraints, seeking a new role that fits his own terms, and that hasn't sat well with the old guard. The BAFTA ban then feels less like a one-off slap and more like part of a pattern. It's institutional rejection in action, a message from the establishment that Harry's new path isn't welcome in the traditional royal circles. This isn't just a family feud, it's a clash of visions for the monarchy's future. The Crown wants control, stability and tradition. Harry wants reinvention, freedom and a voice beyond palace walls.
One of the major things is they don't have jurisdiction in a foreign country, or in any country, they don't have any jurisdiction. Police protection is effective protection, which is what my grandmother made very clear that we needed.
What this all reveals is the royal family's struggle to balance centuries-old customs with today's changing world. It's a tug of war between holding on to reputation and allowing personal freedom. And as Harry's story unfolds, it challenges what the monarchy can be in the 21st century. Will it evolve, or will it keep shutting doors on those who dare to change the script? So yeah, this BAFTA ban is way more than just a missing invite. It's a royal battleground where family fame and the fight for identity collide in a drama fit for the crown itself. The BAFTA ban has deepened the rift between Harry and William, casting a long shadow over any hope of reconciliation. With the Sussexes' support in the UK fading, regaining public favour feels like an uphill battle. Meghan's influence on Harry's decisions seems stronger than ever. Especially after this latest fallout, insiders whisper that future public meetings between the brothers will be tense, if they happen at all. While a truce isn't impossible, it would take serious effort and perhaps a major change in approach to mend a relationship now fractured by pride, pain, and public drama. How many more meltdown episodes does Harry have left in the royal saga? Hit like and subscribe to stay tuned for every dramatic twist and turn.